Hey gang, what's up? Welcome back here to another edition of the Fishing Teacher, and really appreciate you guys checking today's video out. Got a good one for you today. We're on the water. We're going to give you some tips and advice on how to fish vertical bluffs, which are some of my favorite structures to fish. So I'm on a vertical bluff right now. I'm going to run you down through it, show you what to look for, and give you guys some tips on how to catch fish on it. So here we go. Guys, here's a typical vertical bluff. And when I talk about vertical bluff, I'm talking about where if you see the bluff, it's actually vertical, where it drops straight down into the water. Now, this is unique in the fact that most bluffs, this is considered a bluff, a lot of them have broken rock and they've got different angles down to the bank. But as you can see here, this is almost like straight up and down here. So it requires a little bit different approach. So first of all vertical bluffs are not the same because it all has to do with how deep the water actually is right off the bluff. Now, some of the places are straight down where it's like literally right off the bluff. It could be 20, 30 foot deep or more. And here, as you can notice by looking at the electronics, we're about 7 or 8 feet off the bank and it's 10 feet deep. So as you can notice, there's some ledge rock that comes down in here. And to the degree of which there's ledge rock determines where the bass will be located in correlation with the water visibility. Now, for most part, like here, we've got about 3 foot of visibility. So I look for the fish to sort of be into that 3 to 10 foot zone, sort of like from right here to right here would be my target zone. Now, if the water was really clear, say for example, if you had 10 foot visibility, the fish could be out here deeper suspended, or they could be down into 20, 30 foot of water on the bottom. So given the fact I've got 3 foot of visibility and my boat is in, 10 foot of water, 10 foot from the bank, I'm going to work this. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come through here and I'm going to make parallel casts like with a crankbait or a jerk bait, depending upon the time of year and the water temperature. I'm going to try to key on that 3 to 10 foot zone and try to catch them like that. Especially if you have wind. Wind on a vertical bluff is going to be really good as far as, generating the strikes from those moving lures like a crankbait, spinnerbait, and a jerkbait. Now, if that doesn't work, I'm going to back off here and I'm going to get out a little bit deeper and I'm going to throw to the bluff at a 45-degree angle like with a shaky head or a jig or a Texas rig worm, and just hop it basically down the ledge. Now, this is a really good way to catch them, especially if you have shade on it. It's good to catch them if the water temperatures are really cold. You really just have to experiment to see. I mean, you don't really know until you see the mood and the personality of the fish. But the biggest piece of advice I can give you guys is you want to stay in the strike zone. So your boat positioning will have to be relative to the drop here. And I prefer, like I said, to cast my moving baits parallel and my slow baits at a 45-degree angle. So really, guys, some of the biggest considerations, like I said, again, it's a combination of your water temperature, your water clarity, and the water depth that you're fishing on these particular vertical bluffs. Because, like I said, if you go to some bluffs, I've been to some bluffs like at Lake Mead in Nevada where you're literally like, right here close to the bluff and it's 50 feet deep. And some of them are shallow out. It depends on how far the bluff is in relationship to the water, the main river channel or creek channel. So they're all set up differently. But the main thing is just, listen to the fish, what they want. Try some moving baits, try some slow baits, try different depths on them, try different approaches. But the thing about bluffs, I can tell you guys, fish will live on them 12 months out of the year. Fish live here winter, summer, spring, and fall. Fish will actually spawn on these bluffs. They come here to stage for pre-spawn. They go to them to recuperate from post-spawn. They're great areas in the fall time of the year. We can actually do videos on every single month of the year about how to fish it, but that's just a general overview. So hope it helps out, guys, and we'll talk later.